Man, I love cars. Cars are cool. They like drive and stuff. I don't know. We'll touch on cars in a future video, but like, cars are like personal transportation and all that jazz, right? Well, what if there was a way to be transported without you actually having to do all the driving? Move over, Mr. Fujiwara. Passenger cars. They're so cool. And like, you can hook up a bunch of them together and they seat like 70 people a piece. It's a whole deal. And it's so economic because you can fit so many people in such a small space and get them going into all sorts of places. But like, passenger engines are big and clunky and you can't really use them for anything else. This. So like, what do you do from there? Introducing Bud's RDC. It literally stands for rail diesel car. It's a self-propelled coach. It's literally a coach with like 200 horsepower engines. Or it's like 192 horsepower. So those are 91 horsepower motors. It's actually pretty impressive for post-war America and, you know, what we had to work with this small thing. So guys, if it wasn't obvious from the video title, today we're going to be comparing two models of Bud's RDC1. We got the Athearn one here, but where's our competitor? Couldn't be Rapido. Those things are like $350. Fine, I'll talk about it. Since it's not a stock model, I'll be using a stock one that I have for, you know, details like the mechanism or whatever, the stock details. And I'll use Doc Pollock for, like, road-specific details. So the Athearn RDC was developed in the late 40s, basically alongside the real thing. Don't quote me on that. I'm no historian on these things. But the molding was never changed at all during production. It's got a nice shiny silver finish, shiny silver everything. It's rubber band drive, which, you know, for its age is okay. It's got some okay details for a mold that's nearly or close to like 70 years old. I can't complain about this one. And, oh yeah, it's also got 4-wheel drive, which is pretty cool. It makes this thing do a lot of things that it shouldn't be able to do. Like, haul a 10-car train, and actually probably even more than that. Everything Athearn weighs a whole lot. Now we'll move on to Doc Pollock's RDC and talk about road specifics. He did file down the ends, which was pretty good. He applied his own decals. It's about the closest to New Haven Orange Red as you could ages ago. That's about the closest you can get to New Haven Red Orange as you could, you know, years ago. It's got an accurate road number, the Hancock air whistle, which those things were probably super hard to come by ages ago. But now that the internet exists, they're so easy. As far as I know, the New Haven RDCs were in the first wave, not the second one, which I don't know if you knew, but in the second wave, the headlight was made to be able to clear like the roof of a freight car, not a freight car, of a vestibule, while in the first wave it's embedded into the side. But that's just a problem with the molding. But yeah, overall, it's not a bad model. This is pretty accurate, actually. Fine. We'll pop this baby open if I can. Okay. It's got actual packaging. You know, it's in a block of foam and a single piece of plastic, but that sure beats the Athearn packaging. Or it's like, you know, there's a cardboard insert in some, but I think with some others, like, they didn't even have foam. They didn't have anything. They straight up were just tied in there with, like, twist ties or something. It's the wackiest thing if you've never experienced it. And push it out. It actually comes out quite nicely, and it does weigh half the amount. So I guess I'll just put it down here real quick. Wow, this thing is actually bigger than the Athearn RDCs. Like, it's bigger in length, bigger in height. It has like a very well done metallic finish. Like, for being something that was a lot more recently introduced, this is perfect. Like, I love this. Mine is missing a singular screw, but the body likes to move. I don't know why. It is only 2-axle drive as opposed to 4-axle drive, but but for being a self-powered rail car that you'd hook up to more powered self-powered rail cars, that's acceptable. It actually has an interior, you know. Oh, and it has a PC board, a PCB, whatever you want to call it, and it's DCC ready. It's got LEDs. You know, for the base model is actually pretty good. But is it prototypical? Well, yes. Yes, it is. New Haven 45, that was an RDC. The New Haven RDCs were numbered 20 to 48. I don't know why they ordered 29 as opposed to 30. I have no idea. I mean, it's pretty cool. I do know that there were some New Haven RDCs that kept their... Did they have Leslie A200s? I don't remember. This is, it is a little more orange than red. Quite a bit more orange than red, but in certain light levels, this looks fine. The lettering's pretty spot on. It's all accurate. I don't know if you can see, but some of these are, like, fogged up by glue. I don't know why. Probably fell out. It's probably just a one-time thing that happened with this one, and it most likely isn't on the others. I don't know, it's basically identical on the other end. Oh, did I mention that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 windows? And the fan is off center, and whatever. As opposed to the Athearn ones having 10 and it being centered. Did I already mention that it was longer? I probably did. Yeah, it's longer by a solid inch. And it does have it is the phase 1 with the embedded headlight and the puffed up thing here. I forget what it's called. I have no idea. I'm no expert on RDCs, but it also has both sexes bathrooms. Like, you know, sex, like male female. We do not talk about sexual intercourse. Yeah, I don't remember which bathroom is which. You know, that's cool. These vents are actually separately applied. At least I think so. I have no idea. I'm not an expert on these. It's all metal chassis. I think it mounts in the same way an Athearn motor does. I have no idea. The motor is this big blocky thing. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see through it. It covers up like solid 3 windows. Which I have seen motor kits that like will power just the trucks. But that was on a Soundtracks video, and they charged like $150 for a Bachmann Dakota replacement, and that's absolutely cringe. So we shall talk about that topic another day. But yeah, overall, this is a great model of an RDC for, you know, this century. And now on to who wins, who's the better. It's a tale of 2 RDCs. Which one's the best? And the winner is... I'm sorry, I can't do drum rolls. It's a tie. Wow. Wowzers. Isn't that just original? But they're both just such unique models that you can't put them on the same exact tier. For 1940s and 50s technology, this is a decent model. It's got the bare minimum, and that's cool. At least the bare minimum of the 1940s and 50s. But this has the bare minimum of the 2010s. I think these were released in 2013. Post recording me, please put that. Please put the words. I mean, my only gripe is the 2-wheel drive, is the 2-axle drive. But that's it. This thing is basically flawless for a 2010 Zero model. This thing is basically flawless. There's an interior. There's a 8-pin DCC decoder port. This thing will take you miles and miles. At least, if you're not already done walking in the shoes of this guy. But really, if you came to this video looking for, you know, which one is the best, which one is the worst, there's no better or worse. Because they're both impressive models for when they came out. I suppose I should have the stock one, but I don't. I'm not gonna do that. These are both impressive models for when they came out, and honestly, you could pick whichever you want or whichever is most available. I suppose I forgot to talk about that. These Athearn ones, I think the most I paid for one was $20, and that included shipping. I think I got like a pair for like $20 total, so that was like 10 a piece. It was pretty good. This I paid $60 for. You know, I paid $60 for it. You know, not $64, but it's not a bad model. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. $60 ain't bad for a secondhand DCC ready 21st century model, and I can't complain. I don't know. I can't really think of anything else to talk about. They're both good. You know, pick whichever one you like. That's gonna have to do it for this video. Expect a couple more comparisons and reviews and whatnot in the future. And see y'all in the next one. Later.